Welcome back, everybody. So I do not want you to be the person who shows up to a good night rifle training class with your light of choice like this one right here. However, yours decides to burn out instantly because the battery died or because it fried and ate itself alive on the inside under recoil. So to help you avoid that, today we're going to talk about my 4 top kind of favorite lights for your rifle, and we're going to go across the price spectrum here. These are going to vary a little bit in lumens and candela, and of course vary quite a bit in price, but these are all lights that I absolutely 100% trust my life to, that I personally use either at work or on my personal self-defense rigs, and then I have no problem buying, using again, or recommending to not only my friends and family, but of course to all of you, so you don't have one of those range fails out there in a class that you probably paid a lot of money to go to. And every light that we talk about here today is well proven, either by the US military, law enforcement, or just thousands and thousands of people out there in the world. And all of these lights are either made in the USA or almost completely made in the USA. You may not know this, but there are some small parts where you actually can't get them US sourced, but the vast majority of everything here is completely US made or almost completely US made, if that is a big thing to you. We're going to start off with probably one of the most proven, durable, and reliable lights out there in the world and most combat tested at this point, and that is going to be Surefire. Now, this version here, like I said, combat proven for decades. Been around forever, known for producing some of the toughest and brightest lights out on the market. This specific model is the Scout KE2DF for dual fuel. You'll get rechargeable batteries, but it can also run on traditional CR123s as well. This will come with a standard click tail cap on it, but as you can see, I've chosen to run the dual tail cap and the Unity hot button here, which are not included. They are an additional charge. This version has the M-LOK compatible setup already on it. It's nicely adjustable. You can cant that thing how you want it. Super low profile mounting system. It has 1500 punishing lumens out there and overall provides plenty of spill and a decent amount of throw to get the job done. They do have other versions out there which are going to vary a little bit in intensity, so it's completely up to you. On the low light footage here, we can see that this fence is about 300 yards away, not doing too bad on the distance. And if we check this out at a garage that's 50 feet away, you can see this thing is doing a really good job illuminating the entire front area of that. It's got a decent hotspot, but overall that spill is kind of what this version of this light is for, but it is a real all-around use kind of light. Now, price-wise, these are definitely not the cheap ones on the block. This version of the Surefire, which comes with the M-LOK rail, the clicky tail cap, the batteries, which you can recharge, which is pretty awesome because that saves you money in the long run, is going to run you, as I checked today, about $350. And then, of course, if you want that cool dual activation tail cap and that Unity hot button, it's going to cost you a few hundo more. And just in case you guys are interested in anything you see here today, like the lights or the options or the mounts or the pressure pads, I will have plenty of options at the build list. That'll be the first link in the description down below, so you can do all of your own research in case you want to pick anything up. And if you guys like seeing videos like this and learning about things that have been, proven in use out there in the world, not only by me, but thousands and thousands of other people, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's going to do a couple things. 1, make sure you don't miss a video. 2, it's going to push this video to other people who may need that information, or maybe some of which have never seen videos on stuff like this right here before, and maybe we can win some of those people over. So go ahead and subscribe, and if you think you're subscribed, give me that discount double check to make sure something weird didn't happen. Next up is one of my favorites for all around use and is the most budget friendly on the block, and that is going to be the Streamlight ProTac HLX. Now they have a 1.0 and a 2.0 version, and they will be 1000 and 2000 lumens respectively. I have both of them. Both of them are great. These lights are extremely popular in the law enforcement world, and they are issued to thousands of cops out there, and they just last and last a very long time. They're going to come with a rail mount, which is going to be M-LOK on the new versions. The older versions have a pick rail mount, but I think you can get a setup with both of them these days. They will also come with the pressure pads, so you can mount them either via sticky tape or to any style Picatinny rail that you may have across the top of your rail. I have seen these lights live through serious use on work rifles, accidents while strapped to the back of motorcycles. They are absolutely tough. The 2.0 and the newest version of the standard 1.0 1000 lumen will have both the click tail cap and the pressure pad, so you have a backup system there. Hands down, one of my favorite lights out there. I've got several of both versions and they perform outstanding. Checking out that low light footage, you can obviously see there is some great throw here and a decent style hotspot. Checking out this garage up close here, you can see that is all the light you're gonna need. It's a great overall mix of spill and throw. For just about any of us out there, it's probably going to get the job done. Now, cost-wise, these things come in at a really sweet spot between like $130 and $150 for the 2.0. There are a couple of different versions out there right now because they're changing over into the most updated one, which is the 1.0 1000 lumen style that has the dual tail cap and the pressure pad. And that 2.0 is a clicky tail cap, pressure pad, and it is QD rail and M-LOK compatible now. And these are all both compatible with Surefire Scout mounts as well. So if you want to run a really cool kind of mount for M-LOK on there, you can bolt these things right on. Next up is going to be cloud defensive. These things are absolute flamethrowers out there with a candela rating at its peak of like 100,000. Overall, these are some of the nicest lights out on the market. They come as a kit and they are all US made. You're going to get about 1250 lumens of overall light, which is really solid and going to do pretty much everything any of us are going to need to do out there. Checking out some low light footage here, you can see that this thing just punches down range. That wall's 300 feet away again, just so you guys are aware, and that thing is bright. We come up onto the building here, you can see it is a pretty solid spill, but much more of an intensity style light with that candela rating, but the lumens overall work pretty good. Now these do come as a kit, so you're going to get the pressure pad, the clicky tail cap, your charger, your rechargeable battery, everything all in one. And hands down, these are some of my favorite lights. I've bought a bunch of these things because they're extremely tough and they're just one and done. You don't have to buy a different pressure pad. You don't have to buy a different mount, although you can run it on an M-LOK offset, just like the Surefire Scout setup. But if you just want to be one and done, it's the way to go. And they come in right at $399, which is definitely not cheap. But when you think about the fact that you don't have to buy a Surefire tail cap from 79 to 125 bucks, and then buy a pressure pad, 100 to 150 bucks, and then buy a different mount for it. If your light didn't come with a mount, that's probably another 75 to 100 bucks. You can kind of see that it may be expensive up front, but you kind of win in the end. Last up on the list is the mod light. Again, this one is an absolute flamethrower and is probably one of the sleekest looking lights out there in the market. It's overall got a great reputation. It's very slim, sleek, and fits real tight to that rail. These things are going to give you some punishing candela and lumens out there, coming in at 1350 lumens and 56,000 candela. So you're going to get a little bit more of that spill, but you're going to get a really great tight hot spot as well for that kind of intermediate to longer distances. Mod lights are going to be compatible with the Surefire Scout style mounts, and they will also be compatible with the Surefire tail caps on there. So you can run whatever pressure pad you want, whatever Surefire tail cap you want, and overall pretty much package these things how you want. Now they will come with a charger, the light body, and a clicky tail cap. When it comes to the mount, that's going to be up to you. Checking out the low light footage here, you can see this thing punches out to that wall, giving you a great view of what could be out there 300 feet away. Moving into the building, which is about 50 feet away, again up close right here, you can see you get great overall spill, great overall hot spot, and it's just going to get the job done. And they've got a bunch of different versions from full size to the shorty, which I'm running here today. But price wise, you're going to be right around 279 bucks. Then you got to buy a mount. And if you want to get any of those cool pressure pads or different tail caps, that's going to be a few hundo more, just like the Surefire or any of the other ones besides that cloud defensive. When it comes to the best overall flamethrower out there, it's going to be the cloud. So you're getting the full package there and a light that is just extremely intense when it comes to the candela and the lumens. It's going to be $399, but you're getting everything from your battery, charger, mount, and a pressure pad all in one package. No need to upgrade anything. Slap it on, charge it up, get out there and get to work. Now when it comes to the best value, it's hands down going to be that Streamlight, whether it's the ProTac 1.0 or 2.0. They're only about 30, 40 bucks different in price depending on where you find them at. And overall, I've used those for years. I've got one in here that's the original HLX that I bought, and the thing is still just pounding away out there, and it's overall a really great package for the price. So if you are looking for a light to run on your rifle, those are my top 4 that I would trust my life to. You guys keep doing out on the range. Remember, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I will see you all on the next one.